Welcome to Shattered Ships, brought to you by Fandom Encounters. This is your DM Matt, guiding you on your pirate adventure through the seas of Corsair. Join our party, the Human Fey Wanderer Ranger Tesha Gwyn, played by Bobby, the Sea Elf Pirate Kensei Monk Trigger, played by Seth, and the Owlin Swords Bard, played by Alan, as they do their best to navigate this new world and find their place in it. In Corsair, where piracy is freedom, and freedom is dangerous. And last time with Shattered Ships, our party rocked the case of Kettle Crimsonwood's Fetzel. I realized today I had not uploaded that episode, so I'll get on that. But last time, the party was able to rock the trial of Kettle Crimsonwood's Fetzel, the, the Cursed Cove Turnabout, using some Phoenix Wright inspiration, until, as things were going in their direction, we had proven and stricken down all the false witnesses against Kettle. The time came to face off against Gilda once and for all. Gilda Deepmaw, the dragon of Crescent Cove, who considers those who live here her horde. In facing off with her, the party, led in this moment by Kachi, facing down against Gilda, striking her down, calling her out, and she responded. Not necessarily in violence, though there was a bit of an explosion that may have seemed like a breath weapon to some, before she disappeared, leaving a very dragon-sized hole in the ceiling, which is now crumbling down into the courtroom you are in. The plans with Grizzle are in full effect. It's been relayed to Europa, who's on the outside, to start the plan in motion, but as it stands, the party is trapped inside the courtroom with allies and enemies alike. We rolled initiative last time. I have that here. I don't know if Maps saved it. It would be wild if it did. I think it did not really, but I'll plug that in just a moment. But I have it written down here. The building is starting to crumble down. You are in danger for as long as you are indoors of being buried and hit with rubble. You have a number of allies in here with you. As you know, some of them are stronger than others. Some of them will play different roles in this battle than they might otherwise in a normal initiative. But as it starts off, the first to react to this exploding cacophony in this room is in fact a member of the wing of the sky, Blanche Featherin. As she looks, one of the three daises of the judges, she being the center one, far away from all of you in some sense, looks up, normally a fairly panicable seagull Aarakocra, as she starts to say, "Everyone!" freezes for a moment. Eyes go purple as she looks at all of you. In a flash, before she could even issue that command, her bow is drawn and she is firing. That is a...
At us?
At you. Who gets hit twice? That's going to be... So the first two shots are coming at Kachi. Arrow once, arrow twice. A 20 to hit and a 19 to hit.
Oh no!
For a combined total of only 10 piercing damage. That's going to be 17 to hit Trigger.
Armor class. Hits it.
That is going to be 4 damage to Trigger. And a 24 to hit Gwyn. For a total of 3 piercing damage. These arrows, they're made out of like water reeds, not overly strong, but she is quick on the draw. She is firing them out.
Sorry, my internet went down for 2 seconds. You said the first 2 were for me. For how much? 10?
For a total of 10 damage.
Amazing. Thank you.
Of course. And I'll adjust here. It like auto roll to the players instead of the bad guys. Or the enemies, I should say, not necessarily bad guys. Because some of them are NPC allies. Let's fill that in real fast. Because next up is going to be Trigger. Blanche is going to stay where she is. The like vibe of the room, everyone is kind of beginning to move and corral themselves. I'll say Trigger and the rest of the party. Last time, Lester had a plan that if something went wrong, he would grab Kettle and teleport out. He looks to the party now. He goes after Trigger and after two allies, so you're good. So in this same kind of cluster, Lester is going to go, and he can teleport someone out that you would like to protect, if there's anyone that you would especially like to protect.
Oh.
So the door out is obscured?
The way out, this back door that you guys kind of came in on, I think I can ping it. The way out is back this way.
Okay, so that's not trapped or anything. People can...
No. You do notice, I'd say if you look over, you would see that Lance's eyes have kind of gone this purple color as well. Same as Stila Ben's. And Sam Eagle.
Okay. Hate that.
Man, I wish these people would realize that they don't have to be mind controlled all the time. Storming's stupid.
Let's get Lance out of the picture. I'm going to... Oh, no. Don't want a dictionary. That's a very silly thing.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh my god. What's happening?
It's Baldur's Gate? What's happening?
Right? We have the initiative tracker up on the top now that I got it under control.
No, that's cool.
It made everyone 12 for when I reloaded it for some reason.
Oh, that's not cool.
But I was smart and I wrote everything down last time.
You're so smart. Good, I did bad. I thought I did really good. I'm glad my memory is...
Okay, let me take a couple shots here at Lance.
Hell yeah.
Let's do Plunger Puss for... Oh, that's not particularly great. 14 hit for the first one.
Is not going to hit. Lance, with his like long pole arm, is able to kind of get it forward and just kind of like knock the Plunger Puss aside.
Wow, not going to hit for the second one. Bonus action. Unarmed strike. You know what? Yeah, unarmed strike. I need one of these to hit. We will flurry of blows to unarmed strike.
Nice.
Does a 17 or an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit. As you you almost like charge over the pole arm, like go to punch in once, he dodges, and you clock him on the other side. Really
17 does
armored.
not hit. 18.
17 does not hit.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Great. Wow. And this is just going to be terrible for the whole night. Great. That's 5 points of damage. I would like to pump a stunning strike in there if I can.
Ooh, okay, cool. He'll roll a Constitution saving throw. That is not going to be great, but let me check his stats to make sure he doesn't have any way to get that higher. That it's only going to be a 13.
DC 14.
Lance is stunned. So
Ooh,
while you
good
may not have damaged him greatly, he has this heavy armor. It's hard for the plunger post to get through, but that one hit on the jaw has him kind of stuttered back. And I'll even say, as you clock him across the jaw, like the purple starts to almost like flicker out of his eyes down to like the dark brown eyes he normally has. Just run. And then the kind of like stun goes into effect as like the purple kind of comes back.
Obviously.
So
Matt accidentally moved Pluck.
Oh, no worries.
Up north into where we can't see.
There is... Oh, I see. There we go.
Thank you. Like, you're out of here.
I mean, technically there's nothing up there, so I could have just erased it all the way. It's just background. But I started adding like a cool little watermark of like our logo. Check that out. Any other movement from Trigger, especially now that Lance is stunned?
Just remembering how we came in, do I get a sense for how much deeper the building is, considering we all walked this way already?
Give me a history check with advantage. Because of your feet, I'll say there's a better chance you just like remember it exactly.
I don't, because I'm gonna have to chuck these dice away.
Ooh.
So I don't.
You remember you made a turn you made one turn, but you don't remember where.
Okay. That's Now for checks like that, where I'm doing, because I know we're using keen artist feat.
Yeah.
Do we know? So, because I know I gained proficiency with history / whatever, right? But then down the list, it says I have advantage on the history checks. Down the list, it also says you can accurately recall and replicate anything you've seen or heard within the past.
Oh,
month, right?
Okay. I forgot about that.
At what point does it become
a check versus you just knowing? I'll say
if it's like something that's been within a certain amount of time, or
it's within time that you would actually know this. I'd say okay, Trigger, you are 100 feet from being outdoors, but we'll have the check be related to like the left and right direction, kind of like how you can't necessarily read. You remembered you made one turn and you're 100 feet from being outside again.
It does require me to do.
You have to at least know L.
Stuff. Yeah. Noel. And I will. I can get out of here faster than most people. I will stay behind. I'll say, everybody, just go.
Excellent. You're like standing guard, getting everyone going. Skip Shot is going to be the first to take your advice. And he's going to start making his run. As he goes, he pulls out, like similar to the plunger post, he just pulls out like a steampunk, like crank Gatling gun he had hidden on his back, and is just starts taking aim and is firing at some of the rubble that's coming down from the ceiling. Skip Shot's function in this battle is to every round, the party can decide who Skip Shot is providing cover fire for, and you will take half damage from the lair action. So who would like to? Who would you like Skip Shot to cover for? I can also make it a random roll if you'd like.
It's including us and everyone else.
The Skip Shot is just including the three of you.
Three of us.
Okay.
I don't know what everyone else is at, but until I can get the amulet, I'm at 9.
What do you mean until you can get the amulet? You can use it whenever you need, right?
Well, I know, but
Or just when.
His turn.
Yeah.
Until it's your turn.
Sure.
You can have it.
That's
I support that.
Okay.
Nice. So you have Skip Shot's deflection. covering you. So you are going to receive half damage from the lair action. So if you succeed, you would need you succeed, take half damage. You would then take a quarter damage. So Skip Shot is covering you as you begin to make your way out. That brings us to Kettle and Lester. I was assigning initiatives. I think I heard you guys want Lester to get Kettle out of here. Nice. Lester sticks to the plan, walks up, grabs a hold of Kettle, and in a whoosh of magic, both of them disappear. Marilyn kind of gives you, she was, starting to, go for Kettle, and just kind of, holds for a second, and just gives all of you kind of a nod, and stands ready to assist you. Not having to worry about her daughter anymore. That brings us to our next batch of NPCs, represented in our token wheel by Pluck. Pluck, Not a Skeleton, and Bash. Rest assured, they may be in danger later, but for this encounter, you don't have to worry about their health. They exist purely to back you all up. There's a bug flying around my face. So all three of you will receive a D6 of Bardic Inspiration from Pluck, Bash, and Not a Skeleton. Which brings us to the lair action. This building rumbling. Just the building is shaking. Dust is filling the entire area as rubble begins to fall and fall. Skipshot doing what he can to blast some of these bigger pieces into smaller, less hazardous stones. I need a dexterity saving throw from all three of you.
Oh, man.
Wait.
22.
22 is a
10.
22 is a pass, 10 is a fail.
12.
12 is also a fail. So with one pass, Gwyn, you are able to dodge it all. That's a good roll. That is going to be 11. That is going to be 8. Was it?
No, you're good. You're good.
All right. That is 18.
Oh, we do have the D6. Did you want the Bardic Inspiration, Alan?
It's true.
I had one. I got a 1.
Ooh. So that is going to be 18 bludgeoning damage to the two of you who failed as these rocks come crashing down. That is only going to be 9 to Gwyn, who passes, and 9 to Kachi for Skipshot's deflection, which is still enough to take Kachi down. As you watch, it is also enough just as Sam Eagle begins to try to run his way out of here, just a boulder just comes down and crushes him into the ground.
Oh no! NPC.
Matt!
Sam Eagle is no more.
Oh my god!
The day before it closes?
It's over.
I think that is close.
I killed him a second time.
It was a glorious 3-hour finale, and you just gave him a minute and a half.
I took Sam Eagle from us before he had a chance to do his last show.
That's crazy.
Incredible.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, hilarious. But yes, Sam Eagle is no more. He is beneath a boulder on the ground. Kachi, having gone down, is still in better shape than that, however. Stila bends. A ally of yours, though at this current moment, that same purple glow has gone over her eyes as she vaults out from behind her. Plinth stands over top of Kachi and, I'll say goes to, strike down at him, and like with Lance, that flicker of purple is enough for her to kind of continue on, and is instead going to strike Gwyn. That is going to be a 24 to hit Gwyn.
Yeah.
And a 23 to hit Gwyn.
Oh, my
well,
god.
I'm probably be down just for the first.
So the first one is 4
It's
damage.
fine. It's a hit. But yeah, I'm down.
Down from 4?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
then Stila will
I had three.
continue
I had three.
on to Trigger. Second one's going to go for
Fine.
Trigger. 23 to hit.
Yeah.
7 damage.
No.
I'm down.
Trigger goes
Oh my god, are we gonna get
down.
taken kidnapped by the Cyclops? Like we don't even win the fight?
That is, the third one was a nat 1. So as Stila goes to pull back, having taken the entire team down, and is about to strike down at Trigger to start taking death saving throws, eyes flash back for a moment, fighting some semblance of control as her fist slams into the ground next to Trigger's head. No failed death saves there. That is Stila. Kachi. Eyes going dim, rocks falling all around you. That is going to be a death saving throw.
Really all. All right.
No.
Oh, you shady motherfucker.
Someone help me.
That is Kachi. As you slowly blink, you're flashing back to like you close your eyes, open it, and you can kind of hear the whispers of this amethyst in your ear. You made me a promise. Close, eyes open. You see yourself on the path. Eyes close, eyes open. You're back in like the inky pool of the mirror shards.
Wait, what'd you get?
I got
What are we not saying?
I don't know either. Europa, it's Europa's turn. Europa, Kachi, you kind of hear one of those voices that you hear is just off in the distance. Lance and Kettle secure. Lance and Kettle are secure. Do you need me? Lance and Kettle are secure. Do you need me? Trying to contact you through a message, hoping that you can hear it. And that is going to be Gwyn. In a similar situation, Gwyn, give me a death saving throw.
Stun.
Gwyn.
It is done. I didn't die and I didn't come back to life.
That's right, because you already have one failure. You're a step closer to
I
death.
start with a failure.
A step closer to death. You can like feel Nico Stiletto like standing off in the corner of the room. As your vision begins to dim, you also see Yalkendian, or at least someone pretending to be Yalkendian, off in the corner. Kind of give a little bit of a smirk as he sees you laying on the ground.
I'm looking at the gavel. I'm like, this is how I need to live.
That is going to be on Kachi and Gwyn's turn. That is Zeklin. Zeklin is going to do a medicine check on Trigger. Zeklin gets a natural 1, is not able to stabilize Trigger, so instead he is going to make himself a target and tank 2 attacks from Lance.
I thought Lance is stunned.
Lance is stunned.
Lance is
Okay,
stunned.
cool. No health from Zeklin.
I'm unconscious, but I know that.
You do. Which brings us to... Wow. It's still a bug on my face. Sorry. Which brings us to Marilyn Crimsonwood Svetzel. With Kettle out of the way, her first priority is achieved. Her second priority becomes you three. So on her turn, she is going to cast a Mass Cure Wounds, getting all of you... Ooh. Giving you all a total of... 15 HP.
Oh shit! That hasn't happened for a while.
Yes, I suppose it's been a while since I've been in battle, but thank you for protecting my daughter.
Oh,
Skip, what was that?
Thank you, man.
Kachi nearly got crushed. Show some focus, please. Skip shot like he keeps cranking. It's been a while since I dusted this off. And she'll go stand
Thank you.
by him by the doorway as well, having brought the party back to HP. Always Marilyn's plan, and then I rolled a 7 in initiative for her.
Why is nobody leaving?
There's Lance, there's
I
Marilyn.
have the building.
As you say that, one figure does, in fact, leave. Yalkendian begins walking fairly calmly for all things considered, looking down at you, Tesha, as he kind of strides past. Kachi and Trigger, give me a perception check.
Oh. Interesting.
17.
Dirty 20.
Neither of you see this. So you see Yalkendian simply walk past. Especially, I'm not sure if Trigger was filled in all the way, so he may not even be suspicious of Yalkendian, but Kachi, maybe you're kind of giving him a stink eye. You're not watching his hands. But Gwyn, just like a subtle, like, tink, tink, tink. As Yalkendian makes it near you, the sound of glass on stone by your feet as you're laying there, as it rolls kind of towards your hand, as he slips you a potion before teleporting away.
If you don't get a
Unlabeled potion, just like unlabeled, or is it like?
As
So
you
I guess what it is?
you grab hold of it, look down. It is a potion of greater healing.
Hey, it's like, is this man like secretly?
As
You
Yalkendian
don't need
leads
that.
the battle. That brings us back to the top of initiative with Blanche. Once again, she will be firing, but now as more combatants have entered the fray, she is going to roll randomly. Remind myself who has hit points. Zeklin, Trigger, Tesha, Gwyn, Marilyn. Okay, cool. There's 5. Why'd I make it 5? That's harder to do a random roll for. It's going to be a D6. First shot is going to be at Gwyn. Second shot is also going in at Gwyn.
Ah,
1 for Kachi. And 1 for Zeklin. So from Blanche, that is going to be a 9 to hit Gwyn. A
will
10
not hit.
to hit Gwyn. A 19 to hit Kachi for a total of 7.
I'll fill the barbs.
Oh, hell yeah. Cool. I'll reroll that. That is a natural 1. You do not get hit, and you can give that advantage to someone on this next round. That will be a hit on Zeklin for a total of 6 damage. But Zeklin is okay, thanks to Lance being stunned.
I'll give advantage to Trigger.
Nice. That's great, because Trigger is up next.
Okay.
So half your movement to
Sorry.
kip up.
Okay. Let's bonus action amulet.
Nice.
It's like I don't. Oh, don't know. Add. We'll do up to half my hit dice, 3 hit dice. Because of Mask of Stone Death, that goes to. Well, that's not bad. For hit dice, I'm literally. It's just for amulet, sorry, is it how I would do a standard short rest where I'll also get my
Yep.
plus
You also-
however many?
Yep, you also get your constitution.
That's double. Cool. 37 points of healing.
Damn. Good amulet.
Yeah, massive. It's amulet paired with the mask.
Oh,
which
that's true.
Which keeps me healthy. Yeah, that's
The
where
Mask
we're at.
of
So I'm back to
Vengeance,
full.
that eye patch on your eye.
My little eye patch. Great. Sam is dead. Lance is stunned. Stila is currently a problem.
Stila is currently a problem. Seems as
Great.
you stand back up, she
and-
kind of has her fists up, fighting in a similar way to you. Two pirates ready to go hand to hand.
And this is once again to the general room. No, like seriously, if you guys can get out and stop standing around, really appreciate it. And I'll take 2 shots at Milady.
Nice. 2 shots at you, lady. Go for it.
First shot is a dirty 20.
Oh, that is going to hit, but she is going to deflect it. So as you shoot it, she goes and attempts to parry.
Cool. I don't know how much of this is she's trying to do a deflect missile.
Yes.
Because I was gonna pump. Is that purely like piercing damage? Because if I'm pumping thunder damage into it, I don't know.
Should still be able to like deflect some of the damage, but the more damage you put on, the less likely she will be to be able to throw it back.
Sure. 8 plus. Excuse me.
Very trigger.
So that's 8 points of piercing damage, and then an additional 10 points of thunder damage.
Not bad. She reaches and she deflected 8 points of damage, so she perfectly catches the round from the plunger push, thinking it's over, and then that like aftershock hits. So it's a catch, like just like as like that thunder explodes in her hand as the lightning courses through her. Boom! You got your first shot off on Stila.
Great, do it again. Let's get a stun in there. Let's see.
Oh hell yeah! Oh god damn it!
Before I even need to take a second one.
That is... Where is Stila? Oh, fuck. She rolled a natural 5. Pulling up her stat caused a error. But she fails. She is stunned.
Great. So then my second shot will not be at Stila. I guess you said Blanche is also controlled?
Blanche is also controlled. The big worries in the room right now are Lance, Stila, and Blanche. Didn't quite realize how similar their names sound.
Shot of Blanche.
Go for it.
That is a... Ooh, what was that? Oh, no. 25 to hit.
Oh, 25 will do it.
Sorry, I really thought it was on the natural 20 there. Great. 1d5. 14 points of piercing damage. I would like to pump another stun.
Oh, hell yeah. 14 points of piercing. There we go. 14 points of damage. And Blanche is looking rough. Even just one shot is enough to put her in a rough spot. And she'll make That is a natural 20. As bloodied as she is, she resists the stun condition.
Totally fair.
It's almost as like two of the wings get
I will
knocked
then-
unconscious. She is emboldened.
I will now begin moving from this room because somebody's got to.
Yes. You begin moving out. Like, generally, like, as you go, people are starting to trickle out kind of as well. As you get into this middle passageway, you look in both directions. You see hallways going off in either direction.
If I'm small, right? Or I'm considered small.
I think you can. I think you could be. Yeah, I think the player characters can be small or medium.
I just want people to be able to move past me.
I'd say allies can move past you, especially like weird NPCs. And since you went in this direction, you see this hallway continues on quite a ways.
Awesome. That's my turn.
There you go. That is Trigger's go. That is Skip Shot once again as he begins, like he posts up at the hallway to kind of keep covering everyone. Is that who would you like Skip Shot to cover on this next round?
Gwen.
I don't think
Do you
I'm
wanna
the
do
most important person. I think Kachi. So
Gotcha's fine.
Cool. He keeps trying. You're the furthest one in. He's trying to shoot shots over top of you as Blanche keeps drawing arrows. He's going to go for Kachi once more. Kettle and Lester are safe. I can remove them from initiative. That brings us to the bards, who are beginning to shuffle out as well. Even the wings don't really see them as like combatants, so they're not really targeting them. But they give each of you another D6 of Bardic Inspiration from Nada, Bash, and Pluck. I guess Bashes are technically like roguish inspiration, but it works. As they kind of continue to pull out of the room at a similar pace to all of you. Which brings us... These rocks continue crashing down. There is less ceiling to fall on you, so it will have a... the damage threshold is lower now, but the DC is still the same. So everyone give me dexterity saving throws to avoid the falling rubble.
Good this time.
18.
Pass.
23.
Pass.
I didn't know what the context of what you had said, and I misheard the P after Bobby, and I thought you were just like 18.
Ass.
Ass.
Small.
Oh.
Terrible. 17.
17 is also a pass. DC was 15 that round. That is going to be 7 damage in total, but you all succeeded, so it's only going to be 3 damage. Kachi's being protected by Skip Shot, so it's only 1 damage.
Nice.
Rolled much worse
Okay,
than that round.
God damn.
Stila is stunned, just kind of standing there letting people file past her, which brings us to Kachi.
Okay, getting back up. If Trigger hasn't made this apparent to all of you, get the fuck out of here. This building is coming down.
Bash is like helping you up, like, you're the one who's been on the ground.
What are you talking about? No, I'm fine.
Drops you to like, ew.
Bonus action, gonna use the Twilight Amulet. I'll do that healing in a second. I want to make sure that the wings, because they're being controlled, can still get out.
As you look, they are not making rolls against the lair action. It seems like there's an element of control that Gilda still has, that the wings are protected. Rocks fell on Sam because she doesn't give a shit about them.
Heard. Okay. Great. In that case, because I can only move half my movement, can I hold my action to cast a 4th level shatter on the next lair action? Hopefully to like make it like go towards the edges of the building rather than falling on everyone.
Ooh, that's cool. I'll say without
Or if I cast it now.
without a
like
roll. Yeah, if you can cast it now and it'll work. As like almost like a delayed, because it's all happening so fast that I'll let that happen. I'll say like out of the box, no rolls or anything. I'll let that happen, and like you guys will be able to skip a lair action, or if you want to give me an Arcana check to like risk it a little bit, I'll let you redirect the lair action at the wings. But if you fail,
Yeah.
if you
I'll make
fail,
sure
I'll
we
say
can
you'll
all-
do half damage on the lair action.
I'll make sure that we can all get out because I don't want the wings to be under this rubble, and like we can defeat them. We can deal with them after, but everyone needs to get out first.
Nice. Okay, cool. You're going for the sure thing. Fire that spell off. Skip a lair action for the next round. Hell yeah.
Great. Do you want damage since this is kind of working as like a counter to the lair action?
No, I'll just say like
Okay.
you're spending the resource of the spell slot is enough to just take that lair action off the plate, considering how Shatter works with like the environment and everything like that.
Okay, awesome. And because I'm 6 bard, 1 warlock, my dice, would I just roll 3 instead of 4?
For a Twilight Amulet,
Yeah.
it's half, so you would get 6. 3.
Cool. And that'll be my turn.
That is, I can take Europa out of the initiative right now. She's like it's like still like calling to you as if you're getting a message through, but like there's not really time to get that connection. Like what are Kettle and Lance doing? Or what are Kettle and Lester doing? That is Gwyn. You're able to half your movement to stand back up, and people are there's a bit of a cacophony, but
My question is, if I move away from Stila, am I going to get an attack of opportunity or?
Stila is stunned.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yes. I want to go up to the judge's table and I need to take the gavel because the long-term plan here is that the finder's goggle allow you to cast locate a creature based on an object that the last person touched, which means that no one other than me eventually casting that spell can touch this. To make it that guy, whatever that thing was, you know what I mean? I know that there's like some mysticism there, but I want to take that. I now have it. That's in the pocket.
Gwyn, give me a flat intelligence check.
Oh my gosh. This is where I'm going to use my. Okay. 12.
That is not to dismiss. The 12 was not for the gavel. The 12 was for something else. The gavel plan is genius, and I didn't think about that. So just great move on Bobby's part as a player with
the gavel.
a bit of a gotcha. Grab the gavel.
And then we're going to Misty step 30 feet as far down to get outside. We're going to try to start moving. So grab the gavel, turn around, look over in the corner, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Heck yeah. Pff. Teleport all the way to trigger.
And then I will dash. So I have now 45 feet of movement.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
it's outdoors this way.
Hey, Gwen, where you? Gwen, where are you going?
The building is collapsing.
Gwyn, now that you're in this hallway, you see it continues down to your left, as well as to your right. And judging by where the space that you are, you remember coming in from this walkway, heading to your right, / on this map, south, but in the realm of the world, headed towards the east, will take you out of the courthouse.
I would like to go there to move as far as I possibly can.
Nice. As the three of you kind of move in this undulating pattern, all of the NPCs are kind of doing that as well, so that the beneficial ones can kind of keep sight of you. Actually, with the bards, I can just kind of have them trail you lot. Basically following you to give you bardic inspiration and such. Excellent move from Gwyn. That is Lance, who is no longer stunned. Lance is going to focus in. Purple eyes kind of glowing, is going to do... He has 2 attacks. One is coming for... I'm going to roll to see who he goes for first. Oop. I'm going to throw a dice in the ground. Odds are Kachi. That is going to be towards Kachi first, because his first roll was a natural 1. So that is going to be a miss on Kachi, as he tries to get his pole arm around, but you're just smaller than he anticipated. On his backswing against Zeklin, he does connect, deals 10 damage to Zeklin. Zeklin is, I think, is exactly bloodied, but he's pretty tanky. He's okay.
Lance, buddy, come on.
Eyes kind of glowing with this odd control that is happening. Seems unable to shake it just yet. As we get her back around to Marilyn, Marilyn begins to make her way out, kind of skirting past everyone. Oops, didn't mean to draw that. I was trying to measure that. Oh, yeah, she can actually do that. She is able to, once again, she's going to throw a Mass Cure Wounds to throw healing towards everyone. That is a much nicer roll than last time. 16. That is 25 damage, or 25 health back to everyone.
Do other people need healing? Because I don't. Can she give it to anybody else?
She's able to give it to the 3 of you, and Zeklin and herself, and those are the people with hit points here now, because Lance and Kettle are gone. So it's just, you're caught in the helpful wave, but Zeklin is now back to full health as well. Ooh, and I deleted him by accident.
Zeklin!
But that's okay to drop a new token in, because he has full health. But Zeklin is going to take a couple cracks at Lance. Ooh, that is 2 misses. That's a natural 3 and a 9. Zeklin is going to position himself, and I actually say he's at full health and he's built to tank. He's just going to bait Lance's opportunity attack.
Amazing.
Lance does hit, dealing 8 damage to Zeklin. So Zeklin baits that opportunity attack. Lance no longer has a reaction as Zeklin continues. Zeklin kind of, actually think he'll hold in the room waiting for Kachi. Hey, you guys got Kettle out. Least I can do is get you out.
Thanks, Zeklin. We got this. Come on.
All right, now that angry seagull's about to shoot us, so let's just get ready, okay?
Oh, shit.
It's going to be 2 gonna basically roll a perception check to see if she can aim through everyone to get to Trigger as well. It's a natural 18, so she's gonna get one on Zeklin, one on Trigger, one on Kachi, and a fourth one is going to go at Kachi. But that is a... What was that?
I was like, Blanche, we were buddies.
That is only a 9 to hit Zeklin. That's going to miss, but that is a natural 20 to hit Kachi. But for a total of 8 damage.
Oh, and not 20 for only 8?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'll take that.
That is only going to be a 11 to hit Trigger, and the second shot at Kachi is only going to be a 12.
I will silver that one. Second one.
Did you say the first one that hit me was 18? Did I get damage?
No.
Or you were saying I only got attacked once. The attack roll was an 11?
Yes, the attack roll was an 11, so it missed.
Okay.
Sorry. And then that second one against you, Kachi, the attack roll was only a 12. So that one misses.
Never.
Sorry, if I wasn't clear. 'Cause I guess I did hit and damage for the first two. When people have 4 attacks, it's confusing. So Blanche is starting to lose some gas in her tank as she is firing off these arrows at rapid speed, which brings us to Trigger in the hallway. What would you like to do?
I run for my life! No, I don't know. I hate this so much. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Every time I click on one of these, it thinks that I'm pulling up the word trigger in the dictionary function on my computer. I don't know. But I think my computer is trying to tell me something.
It's worried about you.
Sorry, and as we all should be. Let's see, I get here, and those are the doors. Those are the doors.
Yes.
25, 30,
We're so close.
45. I will take my action to dash.
Nice. You action dash. You get to the front doors. Trigger, as you get to the front doors, you open them, and it's like cannon fire as the sounds from outside tear into your ears. Can I make this larger to clear? As you see in the courtyard of this courtroom, I guess. So out in front of the courtroom, you see these lizard robots have been activated from Gilda's keep. The ones that were keeping guard on the front door have been summoned to come towards the courtroom. God damn it, why did I do that? Have been coming towards the courtroom. They're trapped in the courtyard by Europa, Kettle, and Lester. Lester, who has blasted arcane beams into the ground out here. Kettle, who has her walk flame guardian tortoise out and is assisting the fight from a distance, as Europa is all up in the mix, having shifted in wild shape to make the most of her werewolf form, as there is a fight that is continuing out here as well.
Love that. I should have enough, unless you want my action or part of it to be pushing open the door or anything. I don't know how difficult that would be.
No, I'd say that is a free action.
Then my movement can get me to here with my action dash. Bonus action, unarmed strike over here on the baby.
Yes, because you can do one of those without having attacked before. Mm-hmm. Boom. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. With advantage, because you're flanking with Europa, you can see Europa has her claws out and kind of smiles and moves to keep the attention of this lizard bot on her to give you an opening.
That is a 19 to hit.
Oh, that's absolutely going to hit.
Yeah. 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Heck yes.
Hi, Europa.
Hey, not bad. I've taken a couple of these things out. They're pretty weak, but when there's a lot of them, it's a problem. With that one punch, this one is now bloodied.
Do you ever notice that when you transform, your front teeth get a little bigger, and then it kind of sounds like you have like retainer in or something? It's very funny.
I've never actually noticed that. No,
Yeah.
no, I don't.
Thanks for yes-handing that, Matt.
You're being stupid.
No, you're right. Sorry, the cannon fire in my ears.
I'm fucking ferocious.
Said the sloth this time.
Oh God. I'm ferocious. I can't believe this is Ice Age. That is Trigger's move. That is skip shot. The lair action is being held off at this point, so I'll say skip shot's benefits will count as a help action towards either Kachi or Gwyn. Whoever would like a free help action this turn, who'd like it to go to?
Gwyn, you go for it.
Ready.
Help action coming towards Gwyn, so you can basically like a luck point. Call it beforehand. You can do something with advantage. As Kachi continues on. That is the Lizard Guards, now that they have entered the fray outside. I'll say that there are 2 of them currently, having been like distracted. The one that Trigger slashed at is going to turn and kind of like attack at you, Trigger. That is a bunch of poopy rolls. The highest of them is a 14, so all 3 of them, like a feral squirrel, the smaller little sentry bots, probably about as big as Trigger is. They're small for these things, but not very intimidating. Go to like tear into you, and you're in Europa just grabs the back of it to keep it from latching on to you.
Yeah, scruff it, yeah.
Ooh, but I rolled really well for the ones attacking Europa. So that's going to be 3 hits to Europa. Um, 12. 18. So 22 damage in total to Europa. She is in wolf form, so wild shape. So all of that damage just goes into that wild shape form as that second one tries to pounce onto her. Which brings us to what would be a lair action. The building shaking inside here as it continues to kind of fall and implode. The shaking of the rubble inside the courtroom is actually hiding some of the sounds coming from outside. Trigger, you are outside now. So what you hear is less of the building crumbling around you, and you hear a familiar sound. The sound of heavy artillery, as the factions that you've aligned with Grizzle have gotten 2 of these big weapons in place, a ballista and a large cannon, firing into the bay, almost like aiming up at the clouds, presumably having seen something as these teams are off in the distance. The Midnight Symphony, that the group of old bards having manning one, while the remnants of Veritas manning the other one, tasked by the team. These heavy artillery going off as part of the plan to draw Gilda away from her keep. Inside, the sound is only added to by the sound of Kachi's spell going off overhead as you swing the Arbor Forge, this high-pitched note just shatters the sky above you, breaking apart the rubble as it begins to fall. Zeklin and Kachi, those in the most danger in this main room, kind of both look at each other and kind of give each other a nod as they prepare to continue running. Stila no longer stunned now that Trigger's turn has ended, is, however, in range of the two of you. So there's going to be... Actually, has 3 attacks. So again, one's coming for Kachi first, and then Zeklin towards... Kachi is going to be a natural 20.
Hit. Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs. So instead of the 20, that is only going to be a 16.
Still hits.
Still hits, but at least it's not a critical hit. And I just rolled a 1 on a d6. So that is only going to be 5 damage coming to Kachi.
Ooh.
That is a hit on Zeklin for 11 damage. And I'm going to roll to see who this third attack is coming at. Odds are going to be Kachi again. That is evens. That's going at Zeklin. It's an 18 to hit Zeklin. Another 10 damage to Zeklin. Zeklin is bloodied, but he is still just raring to fight. As this continues, Stila, fast hands going at it. Back outside, as we just jump back and forth bit by bit. That is Europa here with Trigger. She's going to grab this, the robot that is fighting you that she kind of grabbed onto, and slam it into the other one. She's gonna try to slam it again because that was a natural 2. That one is a natural 20, so she manages to destroy this first little Drake sentry and smashes it to pieces, and it just kind of skitters off into the distance. But I can't remember which one is the token for initiative, so they're both going to stay for now. But the other one is still here, so you're down to 1 Drake sentry outside. And that's Kachi back indoors. Your spell having protected everyone from a lair action. Stila now ready to fight the two of you. She still has her opportunity attacks. So if you run away, you're risking one of those. But Zeklin has baited lances.
Yeah, I'm going to look at Zeklin and be like, you got one, I got the other. Come on, let's get out of here.
Oh, how
I'm
nice.
I'm going to bait Stila and try to dash out.
Oh, hell yeah. You dash out. Steela's going to take an opportunity attack. That is only a 10 to hit. Stila wastes her opportunity, wastes her reaction, and misses.
Great. So yeah, I'm going to dash. So I'll try to fly 60 feet, and I think that gets me about where Gwen is. Yeah.
20, 25, 30.
Around there.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. Oh my god.
I also think I deleted Bash by accident in here somewhere. Or Pluck by accident in here somewhere. And he had the bards attached to him. So before the lair action, technically, another d6 of bardic inspiration comes to everyone. Luckily, Kachi, you didn't need it, but now everyone has it for next time.
And with my silvery barbs, I'll give my advantage to Zeklin, just so that
Oh, hell yeah.
we can make sure he...
Nice. So he has an advantage coming his way. That brings us to Gwyn. Gwyn, the door open. You can see the battle that's happening outside. You can see the battle happening behind you. You have advantage from skip shot this round for anything that you'd like to do. But you're free to continue running, basically, with no one else impeding you.
Yeah, I want to move back, but I think I need to move forward. So I'm going to run forward about 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 and get outside. And then I'm going to fire an arrow at the remaining Drake sentry.
Nice. This lizard robot that is currently facing off with Europa. You draw and fire with your icy bow.
24 to hit.
Oh, baby, that's going to hit.
Okay. This one's like bloodied.
This one has not been
Or no?
touched just yet. The one with the black circle, I
I'm
think
gonna-
that one actually isn't the one I have tied to initiative, so I'm just going to delete that one. But the other one is still up and at full health, but they don't have a lot of health.
I will make it my favorite foe to deal an additional 1d6.
Hell yes.
Wow, I rolled pretty good. 9 plus. 4 psychic damage.
Hell yeah.
And 17 cold damage.
You are able to take out this last Drake sentry.
Do I see any other enemies to shoot with the
Not
second attack?
not outside. As you look around, you see like a couple other like bodies of these broken robots. There were more, but Lance and Kettle provided backup to Europa, so Europa was able to take out 4, or was able to take out 2 of the 4 that were here by the time you guys arrived.
Like, what do I do? I can take one more step, so I will.
Nice. Why not? As you make it outside, like the robots all go down outside. Lester, like, kind of a little out of breath from being like in a battle without super like having experience doing this in recent years. I can, if you're headed for the keep, I can cast something to sort of rejuvenate you all, but you all need to be grouped up. I can start it now and hope that Kachi gets here in time.
I saw him. He's on the way.
All right, we'll get started here. Actually, it works out perfectly because Europa goes right before Kachi. He can start it on Europa's next turn and have it go off on basically Kachi's turn. So as long as Kachi can get here in Kachi's next turn, he should be good. But that is Lance's turn from inside. Lance is going to make a decision. I'm going to roll to see if he's going to go for fight Zeklin or go for Kachi. I'm going to say, I'm just going to roll a d20. I'm going to say, I'm going to say 1 through an 8. He's going to go for Kachi. That is a 10. He's going to stay and fight Zeklin. That's a 24 and an 18 to hit Zeklin for a total of 22 damage, the two of those together, and that is enough to take Zeklin down.
Oh no!
Zeklin is... The centaur has gone down, hadn't gotten a chance to run out. He and Marilyn's turns were next. And that is Lance, and then Lance begins running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He begins taking off. Everyone else, like all of your allies, have begun following you, essentially.
When you say down, do you mean dead or do you mean just down?
Zeklin is making death saving throws.
Okay.
Technically, he has the same initiative as Marilyn. So I'll make a death save for him, but I'll let him use his movement because Marilyn can heal him from inside. Okay, that is exactly a 10, so I'll say things are going well for Zeklin. Marilyn is able to, I'll say she'll throw a healing word his way, as she has been focused on a lot of you, hasn't really been focused on Zeklin quite as much. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 health back to Zeklin. So Zeklin is bloodied, but he's up, and he's a centaur, so he has good speed. So even with getting up, 10, 15, and then a dash. 5, 10, 20. I'd say even with that, you hear like the sound of hoof beats. Kachi as he begins running. Kachi, get out of here! The elves will keep me up. And he is just basically going to make himself a barrier between you and Lance.
Zeklin! No!
Nice. Marilyn cast a healing spell to get Zeklin out of there because she could see him still. But I'll say she'll give you a help action, Kachi, in case there's anything that you need to do on your turn. You have a advantage for it. I rolled his death save once more with advantage because you gave him the silvery barbs, and it was a 19, which was still a plus. But if it was a natural 20, I would have redone Marilyn's turn. Because I forgot about that. That is Marilyn. That is back around to Blanche with basically no one in her scope. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 here. I'll say she'll dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Basically pincering in on Zeklin. But he has Marilyn for backup. That is going to be Blanche's turn because she took a dash action. That is Trigger, who is outside. Anything that you would like to do prep-wise outside Trigger? Essentially, outside right now, you are out of initiative. You see Lance beginning to cast, like, he is, like, preparing, like, runes for some kind of weird spell that is happening and, like, kind of, like, encourages you and Gwyn to come his way and to get closer.
I want to. I don't see the dragon.
You do not. Give me a perception check if you'd like.
Cool. I'll use my silvery barbed advantage on this one.
Very nice.
Man, I can't roll great right now, but I also have that that bardic.
Yeah. You have a free d6.
All right, 21.
21.
I just want to get, I want to get a lay of the land where the action's happening.
Excellent.
I see the dragon.
From where you are, with the 21, you see like remnants of the path of destruction, like on the roof of the courthouse where things are crumbling. You see that almost like claw marks that have been torn into the like roof of the building, as if something massive like pushed off in the direction of the maw of the cove. So these artillery weapons that Grizzle has kind of cobbled together are like firing out over the cove. So if you were to guess where the dragon was, it's above the cloud line in the cove. Grizzle doing what he's promised, drawing her out, freeing you all to get into her keep.
And just a reminder for my very sharp brain. Why do we want to get in the keep again, guys?
That's where the temple is of immortality.
Right, so we're just trying to open it? To be the ones to open it?
Cut her connection to her horde, which will make her vulnerable.
Okay, great. But we don't know where exactly it is, but so far from my ganderings, it looks as though the way to the... Because this is her space, right?
Yeah, this is...
No, I don't want to go to dictionary. I don't...
So as the dictionary defines trigger as. But yeah, this is the way to Gilda's keep here. I can ping it. So these are the doors that you all have gone into many a time before. This like series of windows up here being the ballroom / Gilda's throne room that you've been into as well. And your last meeting with Gilda, she took you up into her like quarters, her keep, where she showed you the windows that you could see out of, where she took you like into her little office.
Yep.
Were these upper window area.
Great.
As a sense of scale. You've seen the inside of the building, but this is the outside of the building.
Perfection.
There we go. Oh, I revealed all, but now you can see all my tokens.
We found Gilda.
She's hanging out just out of sight. There we go. So yes, Trigger, you are safe outside. Skip Shot is inside. He gave his help action to Gwyn last round, but now the only person indoors is Kachi. So Kachi, he is providing covering fire for you as you continue to be the only one indoors making your way outside, which brings us to another lair action. I need a dexterity saving throw from you, Kachi. Everyone else is outdoors.
Hey. With advantage. With that help action. The 25.
Oh, hell yeah. That is a enormous success. You pass. So instead of taking 7, you only take 3 damage as these the building has begun to settle. Only small rocks falling at this point, barely registering as you continue on your way. That is Stila. Truly, she is kind of stuck between Lance and everyone else, so she isn't able to make it forward to do really much of anything, as Zeklin being this wall, the centaur build kind of keeping her from being able to like slink past. That brings us to Europa, which is the representation of the crew outside. Trigger, Gwyn, Kettle, and Europa. Lester kind of puts his hands on the ground, having like pulled like powders out of like a pouch, and is like sprinkling sigils kind of on the ground out here.
Well, this isn't something that is advisable to most, but I should be able to manipulate time in a way to give you all a chance to sort of rejuvenate in shorter time than in a shorter span than the Wheel of Time would allow.
Like spelling out a sigil pulls like the Wheel of Time out and places it in the center as he begins to cast this spell. It will, it's almost like a catnap spell, but made faster. He's able to give anyone within 5 feet of him a short rest by sacrificing his own, not longevity, his own, like, health in spell slots.
Oh, shit.
That is outdoors. That's Europa's turn. That is Kachi. The spell has begun. So even with the door open, this can be communicated to you.
Kachi, you must get here, my son.
As this spell begins to go off, what would Kachi like to do?
Kachi is going to action dash.
Nice.
Go back 10. Give a second level healing word to Zeklin.
Okay, go ahead and roll that health.
Healing word. Let's 2d4. See what we can do. Okay, pretty middling. That's 4 plus 4, so it's 8 health to him.
That is almost doubling the health he has right now.
Oh my god.
He was sitting at 10 out of 45.
I'll see you at the end of this.
Hell yeah.
That's a 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Wait, right? That's 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, and that's 60 to be right beside Gwyn.
Having made it outdoors, Kachi, within range of Gwyn, Gwyn, you're able to drag him with Trigger's assistance on Trigger's turn to get within range of Lance on this turn.
Excuse me. What happened? What I missed?
Lance's.
We're gonna be young
spell.
again at the expense of Lester.
Am I going to turn into an egg? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to
Okay. There we go.
claim to know your lifespan.
Oh,
Are you always gonna be this tiny?
Probably.
Kachi grows for the first time.
Whoa!
Where is
My
not-
body stays the same, but my legs just get longer.
Now I have to redo the
Scary.
art. So as it stands, with Lester's Grim Harvest spell, he is able to transfer hit points and spell slots to the party. By doing so, by casting this spell, he is able to grant the party a short rest in exchange for half of his hit points.
Anything?
So which takes him down to 55 hit points. He was at 110. A lot of hit points, but not a lot that he is able to do. So everyone is able to take a short rest in what equates to the span of like a minute, but you guys had made it outside safely from this area. We're letting that happen here. So you can all take a short rest. We're recharging anything that comes back on a short rest. If anyone else is lacking hit points, he can like put more into the spell to give you hit points back. And he can sacrifice his own spell slots to give them to you.
Oh.
I was gonna say I don't know if this helps him at all, but I need no healing. I simply need my key points.
Okay, cool. So on the flat short rest, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
A second level spell slot?
Yes.
Is that possible?
I'm double checking how many spell slots he has. So sorry. Okay. Okay. 4. Cool. Second level spell slot. How it basically he has to sacrifice twice what he is giving, so he can get rid of one of his fourth level spell slots to give you a second level spell slot. Boom. Second level spell slot recharged for Gwyn. Kachi, anything from you?
I have a plan for my third level with the Pearl of Power that I have. That say it's like command word and regain that
Nice.
spell slot.
Nice. You command word, you get it back.
Great.
If you want to do that right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Go ahead and get that. If I could get 2 second level and 2 first level, depending on what Lester has. I don't want to take everything because he's going to need to
Lester
survive
has
as
enough
well.
to give you your second levels.
Okay.
And you said 2 first levels?
Yeah.
He has enough to give you that as well.
Lester, you're the goat.
Yes, if my history is to be understood, this...
He gets a little weary and kind of leans onto Europa for a moment.
Better in your hands than mine, perhaps.
You're making it out of this alive. Europa, please protect him.
Yeah, I don't like Lester's energy.
Right now, the 3 of you are my crew. I'm kind of worried about you 3. I'll stick with you 3. Kettle can take care of the old man. Her parents are on her way out.
Okay. Fair.
Normally
Very
I leave this up to you, but I left you guys for this and you all died. So,
good. Yeah, fair. Hey, we got out though. We're here.
nice. So Europa kind of helps Lester put an arm around Kettle as she kind of steps up with the 3 of you, making the crew of 4.
Yeah, after Lester's magic, I feel pretty good. Okay.
She's like lost the werewolf features, having the wild shape kind of. It comes back, which is nice, but because she also gets a short rest.
Okay. I know your parents are coming out very soon. Everything looks good here for the moment. Stick by Lester, get somewhere safe. We'll meet up afterwards.
Yeah.
Kettle kind of looks up like,
Yeah, I'll make sure everybody gets out safe. If you guys make, I mean, when you guys make it out of there, where do you need us?
Let's meet at the House of Violets.
Oh yeah.
No?
Well,
Wait in the empty store next door. Because she might blow up our house, but she...
Oh, yeah.
do we want to have anybody watching the cove on the off chance that we drop all protections for a moment and my treacherous captain sails in beneath the defenses? And
Yeah, we need like a
like,
horn or something.
do we need someone to sound like an alarm or something? Be pretty bad.
Yeah, Kettle, is there a like bell tower or like a alarm system?
on the south side of the mall. There's like sort of like an old like sentry tower. I might be able to get there, especially with Zeklin's help.
Okay, you and your family go there. We'll sound the alarm if anything happens.
Yeah.
After.
Specifically, like tentacly or like a ship that isn't wrecked, because most of the time we only know ships that are
fuck.
wrecked here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, and guess what? You're basically free by dragon. So congratulations, you're innocent.
With only Zeklin to focus on, Marilyn will be able to get her and him outside without him passing away. I assure you all of that. But when we pick up with our party, you look out at Gilda's keep. All of the guards blocking the doors have been taken out by Europa, by Lester, by Kettle, by Trigger, by Gwyn, all having cleared the way to Gilda's keep. Is there anything else you would like to do, or anyone else you would like to meet or do anything with before you press forward?
I would. Just ask a rules question.
Yeah.
You ask a rules question.
For the Finder's Goggles, if I were to cast it right now, as this action, would I be able to cast it again on him again too much? It says you can use it again next dawn.
Yeah.
It just makes it harder. Does that mean I can check it again? Or will me using this make me touch it and now I can track me?
Oh. I feel like the intention is you being... It's a magical item. I think as long as you are like stashing it in a pocket that like only you are aware of, you'll be able... Like this is Changeling's item.
My tuning fork. Right, okay.
Tuning fork.
I
This is my
would
tuning
then-
fork.
Okay, then I would like to use my Finder's Goggles as an action right now to know to cast Locate Creature, which will let me know if this creature is within 1,000 feet of me.
1,000 feet is so many feet.
It's so many feet. I'm so curious.
And yet, is it really?
And yet, what is in the span of the world? Probably not that much. But did he go invisible?
How many football
and he's
fields
just
1,000 feet?
around? Or did he extraplanar teleport? Is he the only one who can get out of here? How did he get in here?
As you
I'm kinda
cast
curious.
Locate Creature, you get a like tuning fork register that the person that you're casting this spell on is coming from within, let's say, 200 feet. Can I ping it? Is it gonna work?
Yeah, I see that you're.
Okay, cool. It's like within 200 feet to the south. Like, you presume he had some sort of like misty step teleportation, and was able to then get out of the building and start running, but very localized. He is still within Cursed Cove for sure, but you kind of like, as you cast it and like maintain concentration, it's like, okay, cool, 230 feet, 260 feet, 290 feet. It seems like he is moving away from this area.
I'm gonna try. We'll see how it goes. To maintain concentration for the full hour of this.
Sick.
I just want to have this information for myself. Yeah. And where is south? Is that like towards the docks?
South is in the direction of like the Forgotten Escape.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll mention that I did that to the group.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, dude.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say our secret friend is heading south. We need to deal with a plan. I just want everyone to know that I'm aware of where he is.
There is enough time.
Your secret what?
To fill in, like, because Trigger does not know what you mean yet. Neither does Europa, Kettle, or Lester. Is there anyone you would like to exclude from that cone of silence? Because Lester and Kettle could start moving towards the Forgotten Escape or moving towards safety.
I imagine that when I say it, if Kettle was the main character of this story, it kind of just feels like Harry Potter, where like I'm going to explain it in some brief details, but Kettle doesn't understand the full picture because Kettle doesn't have enough information to know. I would be like,
she's a little
judge
more focused on Lester.
Yeah, so I'm fine saying it in front of this group, though.
It's just another thing that's dangerous. There's plenty going on. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that secret judge because they were even more secret than
Kettle kind of chimes in. I guess if he's headed towards my parents' place, we have to skirt that way to get to the Sentry Tower. We can keep an eye out for him, for the elf guy, right?
I just don't want him to ambush your parents if that's where they go.
Oh, when they get out, I'll let them know to kind of keep their guards up, watch out for him, and just be kind of suspicious of everybody right now.
He changes it though, yeah? Like, he might not look like he did. Okay.
Yeah.
If
you get separated from your
family, just the change thing?
I don't know.
Everything makes more sense then.
Yeah.
Also, everybody, don't forget.
Do we want to come up with a new code word?
Our new code word.
Teabag.
Teabag it is.
You say flea bag?
Teabag. Like kettle.
Yeah, I'll pass that to my parents and everybody else that kind of comes out, because we know that they're all safe, or that they're not that they're all safe.
Oh,
but
like
they're
when
all
you shoot somebody and then.
Guy.
Yeah,
got you. It's when you like duck down on them and like you like assert dominance by like teabagging them. I got you.
Yeah, like when you lick their balls.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. No, they lick yours. God, get with it.
I mean, it depends on which position you're in, Trigger.
You're right. The subtlety of balls are not lost on me. Did you have something, Patchy?
Yeah, speaking of balls, don't forget we have this exoskeleton suit that we can use from... I wasn't going to use it now, but I think once things start popping off inside, might be a good idea.
Yeah. Also, do we think we need Maryland for this, considering that we might need the changeover to happen like what if we get trapped and one of us has to take over the mantle of it, and then you're like, oh, who's gonna do it? I mean, obviously it's Kachi, but like, which one of us is gonna do it? It's Kachi. Yeah.
Me? Oh my god.
I've been so vocal about wanting to leave.
I mean, no, I mean we're
Yeah,
leaving.
and
I don't think when this happens, I hope it's not going to be like you have to stay here. You are taking over,
Like-
concentration of curse. Oh,
Like Marilyn has kind of already given the party permission to kind of like, okay, direct it at this elf cleric, like.
yeah.
I just don't know how it's gonna work. But if you as that all knowing God tell us that, then that's okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. All right. How do we activate the exoskeletons again? Slash, do I have that in my inventory?
I think we just like put it.
Grizzle
I think I added it.
exoskeleton.
Oh yes, you did add it, but I just didn't have it equipped. Let's see.
Oh, my apologies. I could have done that for everyone as well.
No, you're okay.
Yes, so
is it
the
an action?
exoskeletons gifted by Grizzle in your pockets begin burning a hole within as the party makes their next choices. I'll say, while this like planning session is kind of happening, like Pluck makes it out of the building. Bash, the quickest of the three, like quote unquote bards, makes it out. So they are also able to give you one last round of 1d6 bardic inspiration going into Gilda's Keep. So for the next minute, you guys will have a d6 to use whenever you would like to utilize it as one last boon from that last encounter.
Great.
Let's go kill a dragon.
Ah,
I
I'm
mean,
so terrified.
this is a very solemn day.
We can do this.
I start flapping. Let's go.
Yes, the way ahead into Gilda's Keep as like Kettle and Lester sort of start making for the south with the assistance of like Bash, Pluck, Not a Skeleton comes out, Skip Shot. As the battle kind of it closes out, as like basically the party that you left behind is focused on evading and running versus continuing the combat with the wings. You see people beginning to run from north to south, from the interior of the city out to the cove, as Grizzle's forces are marshaled, as people just sort of in a bit of a chaos begin to move about. As the four of you with Europa in tow now, your tank druid joining you, make for Gilda's Keep. The front doors are no longer guarded with lizard-like drones that there have been. They've been taken out. Is there a marching order for heading inside or a way to approach? The doors are closed, but even as you approach them, you can kind of feel and you get the sense that they are not locked or barred from the inside. So, as you make your way into Gilda's Keep, a hallway you have traipsed several times before, this main hallway leading into Gilda's Keep. At the far end, this stairwell, once laden with traps, is now free of them, thanks to the underhanded maneuverings, let's say, of Marilyn Crimsonwood Svetzel. At the far end, guarding those stairs, however, is a much larger mech lizard than those that you saw outside. A larger model, a more durable-looking model off in the distance. Whoever would like to, give me a perception check.
Perception.
Natural 20 for 26.
I cannot see anything.
For the 26, Kachi, almost like you and Europa head in just a little too like readily, taking stock of like almost like, okay, cover the corners. Both of you look to the sides, and you just see closed doors on either side of you. What you got, Gwen?
I got a knight.
Nice. Both Trigger and Gwyn, with the lead two pair kind of peering off the side, checking those doorways in the sides. You look ahead and you see the mech lizard. off in the distance, and you see, difficult to see from where you are necessarily, you see the mech lizard standing over top of an unconscious Potpourri, the medic that runs the hospital out of Gilda's Keep. And Trigger, what you see hidden in the shadows, eluding even Gwyn, is Knifethorn also kind of taking stock and doing their best to fight off this mech lizard. Potpourri unconscious at the mech lizard's feet. Looks to be stable but unconscious, as Knifethorn is looking to like assess and is like has a very tiny dagger in hand ready to make their attack run on the mech lizard.
Make it known to everybody that Knifethorn is there.
Yeah, you can point. You can point them out. Everyone is kind of brought to the knowledge that Potpourri's down. Knifethorn is ready to attack.
Are you okay?
Oh, I was just using sailor signals. Do you guys not know those?
No.
Oh, great. This is one that you should definitely get used to.
Oh, okay. Got it. Charge. Full steam ahead.
Charge.
It's a fist pump.
Just charge right up there. Go ahead and roll initiative for me, everyone.
Oh my god, I'm supposed to be fast and nimble and exciting, and it's kind of slow and lethargic and sad.
All right, I'll roll for Europa. That's a 19 from Europa.
Good for the big Europa. Slow, heavy person.
She gets a nice
fast.
+1. What you got, Kachi?
10, very middling.
Gwyn?
6. 2 + 4.
And Trigger?
12.
12. Excellent. That is going to be... I can start that. Excellent. So Europa is going to take it away first. So Europa, first in the initiative, is you are all still pretty far away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 60. She will take an action dash. Hey, right this way, lizard! And is like almost like drops to all fours as she uses her like shift into a werewolf form, bonus action wild shape into her werewolf form to get some extra hit points as she charges forward, trying to get this beast's attention, drawing them away from Potpourri as the battle begins in earnest. And that is going to be the mech lizard, who is going to fall for this taunt, coming instead for Europa. And is going to... Cool. Europa. Mech lizard pulls away from the body of Potpourri, the unconscious body of Potpourri. Knifethorn, still technically in the shadows, is hidden from the mech lizard at this point, so Europa is going to take the hit from this giant creature. That is going to be a 19 to hit, which is going to hit Europa. It only is going to do 7 piercing damage. Why won't it let me? Okay, cool. We'll do it here. Europa. Takes 7 damage from that strike. But as this lizard rears back, as it kind of goes to slash forward, you see almost like an orange charge go through this lizard as it swings, and on connection, it like sprays this liquid onto Europa, causing a random effect. As it slashes over Europa's kind of like head gets covered with it. So she begins to like kind of swing randomly, unsure of what to do. Europa is now confused by this mech lizard's attack, which brings us to Trigger.
Okay, I am going to run out. No, I don't want to look anything up. Right there, full movement. I will take 2 shots that should put me within firing range. Neck lizard. We'll take 2 shots, plunger puss.
Nice. In range of your longer range weapon, you are able to take some shots at the mech.
First shot is a 20, dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Great. Get another shot in there. That is a 20, and that's higher. Great.
Hell yeah. These 2 shots go off.
Level up.
Strike into this mech lizard.
Uh, 15 points of damage. Not fantastic. Let's yeah, I think that's probably all I actually want to do right now.
Nice. Yeah. First round of this infiltration, you take 2 careful shots, getting within range, and you're in a good spot. Nice moves from Trigger. Anything from Kachi?
Yes. I'm going to try to get...
Oh, actually, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Matt. Am
Yeah.
I able to test if one of those could stun?
You absolutely can. Let me just
Let's
check
put
and
a
make sure
feeler
there's
out.
not
Let's see.
anything. It is not immune to the stun condition. But that is a natural 20 to resist it. As that shot goes
Great.
off,
Let's get that out.
not quite enough to rattle the programming of this lizard mech.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna move 30 feet up. Patchy's gonna try to send a first level healing word over the potpourri.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Should have 60 feet, so it's not a lot of healing, but hopefully just enough to let them get into cover somewhere.
Heck yeah.
Oh, nice. Still good. That'll be 8 healing.
Oh, dang. Okay, cool. That puts them at no longer even bloodied as you bring Potpourri to consciousness. I'm going to roll initiative for her. That is an 18. Excellent. And far enough away from the mech lizard that won't get opportunity attacks, so she's able to duck away as she kind of... Everyone's gone wild. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Get out of here. Everything's kind of going crazy.
I'll hide in here, but if you need me after, it's after, okay?
Good. Okay.
Gestures towards the her infirmary, with promise of potentially mending your wounds at the end of this confrontation. Bonus action from Kachi. Anything else?
Action, I would love. Is there a spot? I think it might be just to the right of Europa. Like, can I ping?
I think you are. I think the player is able to ping as well. I can see where you're trying to draw.
Yeah. Just like to like in front and to the right of the mech lizard. I'd love to put off a shatter.
With the healing word as your bonus action spell, you are not able to cast a spell as your action.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. We will. I still have the pistol that I got off at the beginning of the game. So I'll go ahead and take 2 shots.
Excellent. You also have Eldritch Blast as a ranged option. Not sure if if the pistol is better for you or if Eldritch Blast is stronger.
Would Eldritch Blast still work in terms of being a spell, though?
It's a cantrip, so you can do the cantrip as your action, spell as your bonus action.
Cool. I think I'll just do... See, but that might not work if it's metal. Yeah, I'll do Eldritch Blast then.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and roll to hit. You are able to cast 2 beams now.
I need a D20. That's what I need. Come on now.
Yeah.
First one. That's 13 to hit.
13 does hit. A slow behemoth, more about being tricky than being evasive. That is going to hit the mech lizard.
Amazing. And second one is a 19 on the die.
Oh, that absolutely hits.
Great. Okay. Unfortunate. Only 5 damage
Is that in total?
in total. Yeah, I got a 4 and a 1.
Ah, dang. So Eldritch Blast is kind of go off, glance off of the armor. Plating, still doing damage, but just not direct hits necessarily, let's say. As Kachi kind of rings in this battle as well, which brings us to Knife Thorn. Europa is close, Trigger is even close as well. You can kind of see her, or see Knife Thorn relax as they see Potpourri up, Adam, and somewhat more under control. Is going to, from hiding, cast a little spell. Is going to try to entangle the mech lizard. Hey, it's nice to have some backup. And is going to try to shoot a bunch of like wiry vines down from like a root that was growing from the ceiling, and try to tangle them up with their Fey magic, which is going to be a strength saving throw on the part of this creature. Unfortunately, the creature does save. That's an 18 on the dice for a total of, I believe, a lot more than that. Not even a lot more than that. That's just a 19. So it was able to push past and resist the entangle. Knife Thorn. Okay, we'll get him next time. Okay. Don't want to embarrass myself in front of my friends. And that is Gwyn.
Nice. I can reach from here, so I'm just going to duck into the corner. Arrow. I have a question, though. I see on, like, the Soul Splinter longbow, it says that it works in conjunction with this frozen sharpshooter feat, but do I still need to take that feat still? Like, I don't have that feat. Or
No.
do I have that?
You have that feat because
Right.
of your partnership with Scorch. It was like the free feat as a part of like the intros, like the introductory arc. Everyone kind of gained something from the allies that they've made.
Then I would like to make this a sharpshooter shot, at least on the first one. So
Oh,
I have a plus.
absolutely. You've seen that it's a little on the
That's a
slower
15
side.
to hit.
That is going to hit.
Yes. Okay. I don't want to make this a favorite, folks. I don't want to lose concentration.
Ah, yes.
So that's okay. This is plus 5. Um, no, it's not. It's plus 15. So that is 22 damage. But 2 of it is psychic. So 20
Dang.
cold. 2. Psychic.
Not immune to psychic damage. These robots have enough of a sense of self that the psychic damage is still going to hurt them, as it gets rocked by this bow shot. Still holding fairly strong, taking up space in this hallway.
Dirty 20 to hit on the
That is
second shot.
also gonna hit.
Doesn't deal psychic damage this time. Oh god. 9 plus 15 is 24 cold damage.
Damn. Okay. 24 damage. With that, our mech lizard is bloodied and begins to crunch and roll itself, looking for its next target. Before anyone else can go, as the top of initiative on the next round, the doors of the hallways begin to open as you hear the scratching of metal feet as these smaller creatures pour out of the doors and begin to jump and latch onto the intruders, having been drawn by the commotion left in the wake of the mech lizard. So as these smaller creatures latch on, thanks to the cacophony in this hallway, that's where we'll end it for tonight, as the battlefield gets a whole lot more dangerous.
Oh my god. Okay. We're ready. I feel much better than I did at the beginning when we had 6 health.
All right.